Hi, welcome to my channel. If you're here, it's probably because you or someone you know has achalasia and you want to know more about it. I personally have achalasia. Whether you have it or not, achalasia never really goes away. Every 10 years you have to go see the doctor that did surgery on you to make sure that everything's functioning well. I decided to make this video today because I want other people to know that they're not alone in their plight. I wrote a Medium article actually about it. It made me feel good to know that I could remind someone that they aren't alone, and I know that I didn't suffer just to not teach someone. What is achalasia? Achalasia is a rare disorder which disallows food or liquid to pass to the stomach lining through the esophagus. Achalasia occurs when the esophagus is damaged. As a result, the esophagus becomes paralyzed and dilated over time, which causes it not being able to squeeze food into the stomach. Food then gets collected into the esophagus and ferments, washing back up into the mouth, which can taste bitter. That's the light way to put it. The real reality is everything that you ate that day comes back up the exact order that you ate it. Some mistake this and misdiagnose this for gastrointestinal reflux disease, GERD. But the difference between GERD and achalasia, the food comes from the esophagus with achalasia, and the food comes from the stomach with gastrointestinal reflux disease. Once the esophagus is paralyzed, the muscle cannot work properly ever again. Symptoms can usually be managed by endoscopy, invasive therapy, minimal, or surgery. Symptoms for achalasia generally appear gradually and worsen over time. That's exactly what happened to me. I remember the first day I couldn't swallow a banana. Like, I literally was in the car, normal routine, just left the gym. Like, okay, I'm gonna eat a banana, and I couldn't swallow it. Like, I literally couldn't. You know how bananas are thick? Like, I literally couldn't swallow it, and like I had to like talk to myself, and I'd be like, hey, what's going on? Like, swallow it, relax. I removed the tension out of my body, and it went down, but it took like 5 minutes. It took a full light cycle. Like, when I got to the red light, the thing happened, and by the time the light turned green, and I started to drive away, I felt it slowly go down. Heartburn, belching, chest pain that comes and goes, coughing at night, pneumonia from aspiration of food in the lungs, so that's something to watch out for, weight loss, and vomiting. The causes of achalasia is not really known. Like, they don't know. They don't know what causes it. They speculate that it can be from a viral infection, autoimmune response, the nerve cells in your esophagus being damaged, which I think is so interesting because the esophagus is attached to the vagus nerve, which is the longest nerve in the body. So I have my own spiritual reasons to think why that particular part of the vagus nerve is paralyzed or damaged in my body, but we'll talk about that another day. They don't know, so they don't know, and then we just have to maintain it. Diagnosis. Since achalasia can be looked over and misdiagnosed a lot, I had that happen to me. I went to 7 different doctors before I was sent to be properly diagnosed. The other doctors told me that it was all in my head, or that I was anorexic, and just to clarify, anorexic person has a mental condition where they think that they're fat, so they refuse to eat because they don't want to gain weight in some way. Not purging on purpose. I'm purging because my esophagus is severely damaged to the point that it's paralyzed, to the point where it can't process food and send it to my stomach like it's supposed to. 2 different things. So how do you get diagnosed? You have to take 3 separate tests. This test is the esophageal manometry. This test measures the way your muscle contracts inside of the esophagus. X-rays of your upper digestive respiratory tract, or esophagus. The coding allows the doctor to see a silhouette of your esophagus, stomach, and upper intestine. So I remember taking this test. You have to drink this chalky white liquid, and then your chest area is x-rayed to see how the liquid passes through, because it's the only thing that'll show up. An upper endoscopy, the doctor goes into your throat with a thin flexible tube with a camera attached to see what's actually going on inside of your esophagus and stomach. Esophageal manometry. This test measures the way your esophagus muscles contract when swallowing. When I got to this test, I didn't do the upper endoscopy, because after I took this test, there was no doubt in anyone's mind that I had achalasia. How do we treat achalasia? There's multiple ways depending on your lifestyle and personal preferences, but I'll go through the list for you right now. The non-surgical options are: 1 is pneumatic dilation, where a balloon is inserted by endoscopy and inflated enough to keep the opening dilated of your esophagus. It may be repeated more often than a surgical procedure. The procedure requires sedation, and 1 in 3 people who receive this procedure need it to be redone after 5 years. For the Botox non-surgical treatment, a muscle relaxant will be injected directly into the esophageal region. It will have to be done repeatedly, like most Botox procedures, and if you continue to do the Botox treatment, it makes surgery less likely in the future. Botox injections usually don't last more than 6 months. Medication is the next step. Your doctor may suggest muscle relaxants before eating. These medications have limited ability to solve the issue and can lead to side effects as well as dependency. Surgical options. Myotomy. The surgeon cuts the muscle at the lower region of your esophagus to allow food to pass through. It can be done non-invasively. Now we're modernized ourselves, because in the past a lot of people didn't have that luxury and they have a scar in that area. People who decide this route of surgery sometimes develop GRD later in life. Known as funduplication may be performed at the same time as a Heller myotomy procedure. I don't know why that's so hard to say. In funduplication, the surgeon wraps the top of your stomach around the lower esophagus to create an anti-reflux valve, preventing acid from coming back into the esophagus. And the second form of surgery, which is this type of surgery that was performed on me, is the palm or oral endoscopic myotomy. In this procedure, the surgeon uses the endoscope inserted through your mouth down into your throat to create an incision in the lining of your esophagus. After my surgery, my surgeon laughed at me and asked, like, when was the last time that you ate sunflower seeds? And I was like, I don't know, maybe 3 weeks ago. And he was like, I had to pick out sunflower seeds before I can even do the procedure, which goes to show how paralyzed the esophagus muscle truly is. The palm method can also be combined with funduplication to prevent gastrointestinal reflux disease from happening. Thank you for watching. I hope this video has been helpful. Let me know if you want to know more about my story, and take care of yourself.